What's up, y'all? It's James McNeill, AKA Kojak, AKA Uncle Ruckus for those who know me as such. No relations. As they say on the Boondock Show. You know, not in my own content, though. Listen. It's a good morning out here. It's pretty out here, as you can see. It ain't really cold. It's like 41 degrees here in Baltimore. Now I'm out here in Baltimore County, so I'm just hanging out. On my way to doing normal shit. You know, as a drug addict, as a former drug addict, you don't know what normal shit is when you're into the drugs. When you out there smoking coke, shooting dope, you don't know what normal is. Normal becomes your routine. Getting up in the morning, gotta get a blast. Gotta get some dope up in you. Gotta get well. You know, that's a normal routine. And your mindset when you drugging out there is by any means necessary. I got to get this money to get this shit. So you come up on a lot of trouble legally, physically, and mentally. You know, addiction is a terrible thing, but it can be gotten over. You can recover from addiction. Whether you go to NA, AA, you know, I myself started off going to drug programs here, there. I've been in 21 different programs and my drug addiction. My drug addiction started when I was 18. And to tell you, I went through hell. I've been back and forth to prison, state at the state. I got records in 3 different states: Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Maryland. So it ain't been good since I was 18, since I first started chasing behind drugs. And the drug of my choice was crack cocaine. I started chasing behind it when I was 18. I got into it because of this woman who I was dating at the time was doing it. And I wanted to know what the hell made her run off on me and her child for weeks. And I'd be stuck in the house taking care of her child, trying to man up. It didn't make any sense to me. So one day, in the process of her getting her child taken away from her, I met up with her, you know, during my free time, and I sat down and I tried to talk to her, and she said, try it and see what it's like. And my dumb ass, being a dummy that I was, tried it. And I was hooked on the shit. And I went through hell. I stopped using, this is 2025, 2023 I stopped using, summer 2023. I got tired of my family coming down on me about it. I got tired of going in and out of jail, in and out of prison. And it set in after going to the last program that I went to, which was Gardenzia, located in Baltimore, Maryland. A young man about 18 said something to me that made sense, and it stuck with me. He said, "Oh, I wish I'd have never started using drugs in the first place. That's the worst choice of my life." You see, me popping perks, Molly, and alcohol was the worst choice of my life. It brought me from the little boy that I used to be to my mother, the beautiful little boy that I was to my mother, to a savage. That's what I am, a savage. And I'm trying to get away from being a savage. And when that young man spoke those words to me, it set in my heart. And I had to reevaluate myself that day, that moment, and say, am I a savage? Am I a savage? Yes. I become nothing more than a drone, a mindless being, a zombie. I'm walking around just to get high. I live for one purpose, and that's just to get high. That's my only thought. I don't live for nothing else. I completely lost myself when I decided to engross in drugs about 1995. One day I was sitting on my grandma's steps, and I said, okay, I'm going to go get high today. And I thought to myself, why don't I just make this a full-time job? I ain't doing nothing else. I ain't got nothing else going on. I like it. So why don't I become a full-time junkie? Not knowing what that entailed of. Not knowing that that was going to change me into a beast that I never wanted to be. And I go back down memory lane to say all of this to give y'all a sense of what it's like to be an addict. You know, I don't go to NA because the NA philosophy doesn't stick to me. When I got my sense back 2 years ago, I started thinking, well, I got to start thinking outside the box. I'm not an addict. I was just addicted to drugs. You know, when they say being an addict is a lifelong thing that you can never recover, that this is the disease that will last a lifetime. No. That's listening to people who telling you something so they can have control over you. That employs control. That's a control method. No. All you got to do is have the will and desire to stop. Find yourself, have the will and desire to stop. And I'm a witness to this. This is what I did. I felt the will and desire to stop, and I stopped. Because when you label yourself as something, that's what you become. Words are very powerful in this world. So, when you say, I'm an addict, you will always be an addict. As long as you think that way, so shall you be. So a man thinketh, so shall he be. That was honest words. And I found myself thinking outside the box, like I said once before. And I said, let me stop, and maybe I can rediscover life. So when I stopped, I rediscovered life. I had a lot of downtime because I said, what am I going to do with myself with all this damn downtime? Little things became important to me, like getting out the house, going to the market, coming back, catching the bus, you know, paying bills. I love paying bills now. You know, it's that type of thing that keeps me motivated. I love seeing a smile on my family's face. I love seeing a smile on my mama's face when I come in the door and pay the bills. I love seeing her face when I take her to the doctors now, and she can smile at the doctor and introduce the doctor, say, this is my son. And me and the doctor can have an intelligent conversation. I involve myself in politics, you know, just the little basic things, you know. I go vote, you know, I go to the movies. I enjoy that stuff. I go for long walks. I enjoy that stuff. You know, I ride bikes. I enjoy that stuff. Just the simple things in life that you neglected when you forgot who you were. When you remember who you were and you stand firm on that, when you're an addict, just think about, if you're a former drug user, just always keep that past in the forefront of your mind. Just remember what you went through, learn from that experience, and take it and transform your life and do something different. Once you learn to do something different, man, it's a good thing. That's why I don't believe the old saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, because that's a lie. That's a lie. You can teach anybody something new. We are beings that learn from the cradle to the grave. That's what we're here for, to learn a lesson. To learn. That's what we was put here for, to learn. See, we learn every day. And you figure out something. And you utilize whatever you figure out. That's the point of being grown. That's adulthood right there. You know, I thought like a kid when I was using. I didn't give a fuck. I threw tantrums and all that stuff because I couldn't have my way. I thought society was the wrong way. I wanted to do things my way. I was a rebel. Sometimes society is wrong, but for the majority part of it, they right. I was living wrong. I was an outlaw. That thing, doing things my way, not their way. You know, and I still don't agree with some of the things that we go through in America as Americans, but I get past that. You know, now I think different. There's a process to everything. There's rules and regulations you got to follow when you're living somewhere that don't belong to you, of course. So, You just change. You know, you get comfortable. And like I said before, it took me all this time, 32 years, to get comfortable and know who I truly am. And I'm still learning and adjusting every day. You know, I don't think it'll be a day that goes by that I don't learn something new. You know, but I know what I won't do. I won't pick up them drugs no more when I get stressed out. I know that there's an alternative way to work around all that. There's a get around for everything. There's a loophole in the system. That's why we call it a system, a way of life. There's always a way around something. There's always a hack in life. So I found my hack. And now I know how to hack the system of life. I know how to live my life according to the way as though I feel as though I should live now. Free from drugs. Free from alcohol. Now I know how to take people's advice. I know how to say, that sounds real nice. That sounds real lovely. I think I'll take that advice and run with it if it's good advice. If it's bad advice, I just leave it alone. So I've grown, and I've grown comfortable with who I am now. So I just want to say thank you to all those out here who stuck with me through the hell that I put up through. Y'all know who y'all is. I ain't got to say no names, family included. Because I done made that change. Like Michael Jackson said, make that change. You know, I looked at the man in the mirror. So now I'm good. I'm on my way to the market, Family Dollar, and Home Depot to get some shit. That normal people shit feel good to me. Because now I'm normal and it's fun to me now. I could go out and eat dinner at a corner store and it's exciting. I'm excited to see what these people's cooking. You know, I remembered that I'm a master chef by trade. So when people cook for me, I want to learn how they cooking and what they doing. That's exciting to me now. I love it. I love life now. And I've learned the most important thing is to love myself and stand on my principles, values, and morals no matter what to the death. Because if you don't stand on something, you will fall for anything. And that's the plain and simple truth, y'all. So my advice to y'all, if y'all out there strung out and you need help, go seek it. Because sometimes you can't look at yourself because you might be going through something. You might be going through childhood struggles, like I did. I didn't realize my childhood struggles was the cause of all my pain. I was abused as a child. I was sexually molested as a child. You know, I went through things that I never spoke about as a child. Physically and mental abuse at the hands of those who I said love me. But thing is, I learned to get over that. I learned to forgive myself. I learned to forgive those people and move on. I learned a valuable lesson from all that and adjusted myself and moved on. So my advice to everybody out there who's strung out, like I said, get some help. If you can't help yourself, then get some help. If you can't stop using drugs, get some help. Don't be afraid. Don't let your pride get in the way. You hurt. And I understand that. If you see me in the process of the day, I'll give you a hug. I'll give you a stop and give you a word of advice. I might even buy you something to eat. Or put some clothes on your back if you ain't got none. You know. But you got to want for yourself. Because I can only lead you to the water, I can't make you drink it. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, help yourself. Because nobody else can help you until you decide to help yourself. So that's it for now. Thanks, y'all. Have a lovely day. Peace.